Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Hisham Bakra from Bakra Business and Management Academy. Last session, we discussed about the EndNote software and how much time the EndNote is saving for researcher to make the referencing style very accurately and very promptly in a very minimal time. Today, actually, we are going to discuss about the research paper structure and format, how we can create an impressive structure for your paper. If you are planning to submit an assignment or if you are planning to do some publication, so it will be very helpful and supportive to everyone to look about the paper structure, how to make it concise and very precise and to the point. So I'm going to share a blank Word document just to explain how it will be working. So we'll start from scratch. A good paper structure, actually, you need to have a cover letter. So it doesn't matter the template you are going to choose or select. It is very convenient to apply. So to insert a cover page, you can go from the Search tab from the top left into your Word document, click on the Insert and select any cover page you would like from here. Just try to be a bit matching your academic style or something a bit more professional. So it is inserting automatically your cover letter. From the next page, you can start typing executive summary. Here I'm going to stop for a few seconds to explain. First of all, I'm going to highlight and make the heading 1. You can select from here the heading 1 to make your heading. So the executive summary, actually, just expect I'm going to type any contents here. More or less, the executive summary is an average for 200 up to 300 or 350 in the average, depending on how many words your paper structure needs. You can go up and down a bit, but an average reasonable appropriate executive summary is between 250 and 350 words. It is generally excluding from the total words count into your paper. So once you are required, for example, to submit a paper for 3,000 words, minus plus 10%, a bit more, a bit less. So you have to exclude your executive summary, you have to exclude your cover page, you have to exclude also your table of list of tables, list of appendices, and list of references or references list. So once you finish your executive summary to have your paper very concise and precise, and it looks very nice to be published or to submit to your examiner, you have to insert page break. Page break, it will help actually to let you scroll down to the next page. So once you finish your executive summary here in 250 or 350 words, so you don't need to press enter until scrolling down to the next page. So the next page, I'm going to insert the table of contents. So from the table of contents, you have to go, actually, you have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So the 7th tab from the top left, you need to press on the references. You have to go to the table of contents. and you can select any table of contents you find convenient. You have two options, automatic table 1 or 2. Select any of them. I prefer the second one. So I have the table of contents automatically, and it is automatically adjusted the executive summary in page 1. But however, before proceeding to the paper structure format, do not forget to go and insert the page number at the footer of your paper. Even though the Word document is detecting automatically the paper's number, but it is much more easier and easy to follow up from the audience and readers or your examiner to insert page number. So it would be easy for anyone to check the page number of your paper and work accordingly. Once we pressed the table of contents, we didn't finish yet. We click Insert again, Page Break. So we jumped or we scroll down to the next page. The first thing we are going to introduce here, to include here, is the introduction. We highlight and we go back to the Home tab, click on the heading 1 to make another heading, and click Save. Once you put an additional heading, just don't forget to scroll up and update your table of content. You click on the exclamation mark to the top right, or the, sorry, to the right-hand side of this highlight. You click and update the entire table. So do not click on update the page number only. You click on the update the entire table and click OK. Now you have the introduction section inserted into your table of content, and you don't need to worry about the format of the headings or subheadings. Everything will be updated automatically into your paper structure and table of contents. Let me scroll down quickly. You can press on the Control tab on your laptop or desktop and click the number of page of the introduction. You will be scrolled down exactly to the heading. So you don't need to scroll down and up to look what you would like to have. So that's why once you put the page numbers, once you put the headings, subheadings, it is very easy from the table of contents to have a very clear and concise and precise information about the paper inclusion and what is including in the body or text of your paper. And it will be easier for everyone to understand how insightful is your paper and how deep is the analysis. From even the heading and subheadings, they can detect that. Once you finish the introduction, I'm going to send a page break as well and starting the first heading. So from here, I'm going to take an example of mental wealth and applied research. So expect that you are working on a research about mental wealth and applied research. The very important stuff that once you are putting heading and subheading or titles, I'm going to put here in the document title, and you can have any subtitle at any stage for your paper. If you have any subtitle, you can work any subtitle to your research. So my title is Mental Wealth and Applied Research. Do not forget to capitalize, as I told you. You can even select all and put it bold if you like, if you are comfortable to do that. So it depends on your design capability, and just make sure that to be consistent in the whole paper, if you decided to put the heading bold for any reason, so be consistent during the whole paper to put all the headings and subheadings bold because you decided to do that. But do not mix, sometimes bold, sometimes normal, and it looks mixed of everything, so it didn't look very concise or precise into your paper structure. And if you have an abstract, just include maybe one small paragraph of your research. Put your name, put your email address if you have. If you are submitting a student's assignment, just put your student name, student number, and university. And if you feel comfortable to put your lecturer or your tutor name, and follow the same structure to submit your assignment. So we reached the introduction section. So we are going to go to complete the next heading. So on the next heading, the first one, if I selected, for example, to have the mental wealth, I'm going to have some kind of reasonable headings and subheadings to make sure that my research is well structured. So I can scroll up if you feel more comfort. Sometimes we can scroll up and put the first heading in our paper after the introduction. If you feel it is much more concise, you can do that. If you would like to start from a new paper, from the first line, the first heading into your research, it will look much more concise and precise. So I'm going to talk about the research topic, aim, and objective. So you can break down. This will be the first heading. And we are going to break down the research topic. You can have a small introduction about research topics, aim, and objectives, just broadly, and you can start to have subheadings. To do the subheadings, you go to the Home tab, select the heading 2, and make the appropriate numbering. If you are putting number 1 for the first heading in your paper, which is research topic, aim, and objectives, so just put 1.1 for the research topic, and then you can have the second heading, subheadings 1.2 into your research, and so on. For sure, you need to insert some text here as per your literature review, and break down, separate the research topic to be very precise what is the research topic into your paper, and then scroll down, make some slight difference between the research topic and the aim and objectives. What is needed exactly into your research to do throughout this paper to submit. Once you finish the first heading and couple of subheadings, you can have a second headings, we called it. I'm not going to make any page breakdown here as per the contents, but if you find yourself that you finish the aim and objectives, for example, at the edge of the page 4, very close to the end of your page. So it is much better to make insert page breakdown and push your content to the first line of the next page to be consistent. But here I'm going to follow consistently the headings and subheadings, but take in mind, again, if you find yourself that the contents are on the edge of the current page, you are typing your content, it is much better to look very professional and very academically to press one page breakdown and start the next heading. So the next heading in this paper will be the research gap. So I'm going to put heading 1, and I'm going to make the number 2. So allow me to scroll up now, because I don't like to lose or forget to update my table contents. Again, click on the exclamation mark beside the update table and select the second one, update the entire table, press OK. It will update all your paper contents as per the headings and subheadings you are having. Now I need to scroll down immediately to the last content in my paper, which is the research gaps. What is the research gaps actually? Any issues and or gap in literature review. So how to do that in research actually? So you have a broader, very quick, not very deep, very quick research about a specific topic you are going to research or search. And you identify a problem, research problem. And as per the problem, you need to narrow down research questions, maybe a couple of or 3 maximum research questions, matching and aligning to your research topic, and then you will proceed to the literature review. Again, I'm going to capitalize. What's meaning by capitalizing? So it is meaning the first letter in each word has to be capital. Literature, L capital, and review, the R is capital. So this is capitalizing your heading or capitalizing your subheading. If you decide to capitalize your heading, so do not go and the second heading make like this. So research gaps, it's not capitalized. So if you decided as the headings, heading number 1 and subheading number 1 and 2, you have been capitalizing, so you have to be consistent. Consistent means what? You need to go through the whole paper structure, the same capitalizing for all the heading and subheading. Once you finish the literature review, for sure, you find plenty of option and opportunity to make headings 1, headings 2, and sometimes even headings 3. So you can do that by selecting topic 1, topic 2, and topic 3. Let's consider topic 1 and 2 only. Let's consider topic 1 is heading 2, and topic 2 will be the heading 3. If we scroll up again to update, you will see the difference once you update it. So I didn't make the numbering yet. Let you see. Look here, heading number 3, literature review. I put heading 2 and heading 3. So you can see the difference. But however, I didn't make the numbering to look much more professional in my paper structure. So I'm going to have here 3.1. And here I'm going to put 3.1.1. because it is the first subheading of the heading 2 or the heading 3. I will go up again and update the entire table. Now it is looks much more professional. You find the heading 1 and the subheading or heading 2, and you have another heading 3, and so on. Sometimes you can have heading 4, but I don't really advise to have too much subheadings, otherwise it will be very difficult for you technically to adjust a good paper structure format. Heading 1, 2, and 3, it is fair enough for the most common known research and papers, and it is convenient and more than enough to do a very good paper structure. Once you finish, instead of scrolling down as I did, you can make page break, because I'm approaching to the edge, as I told you, to the end of page 4. So I will make page break. It is scrolling me down promptly in one click to the line 1 in page 4. You can see here, line 1 in page 4. Actually, the Word document is counted page 6 because we didn't count the cover page. It didn't count towards the total number of pages of your paper structure. Sometimes also we make the Latin numbering for the executive summary. If you have a table of acronyms, a table of images, list of tables, lists of image or appendices, etc. So we are using Latin page number, and we use only the numbers for the body of your text starting from the introduction section. But it is an advanced level. We can discuss in future sessions how to do that. And for at the moment, as an entry level or introduction about the good paper structure, it is enough to share this information at the moment. The next appropriate heading, if we are talking about the mental wealth and applied research, you have to proceed for the research methodology. And again, I'm going to click on the Home tab, heading 1. Just scroll back to see what was the previous number for the previous heading. It was heading 3. So I'm going to put heading 4. So the research methodology, it is different from the research methods. So you have to select a research methodology, even you are using quantitative or qualitative research methodology, and then you have to go through the methods you are going to use, like the critical incident as a qualitative research methodology, or SPSS as a quantitative research method, and you can use the IBM statistics to retrieve some numerical data and convert to graphics sometimes. Also, you can integrate sometimes with NVivo, one of the best useful and helpful tools for qualitative research that you can convert and retrieve some frequency of repeated word you would like to have into surveys or focus groups, and you can convert to numerical numbers through tracking the frequency of the repeated word you would like to track as a quality of research or qualitative research, and then you will be reflecting this into numerical words, statistics, and you be also able to convert this to graphics and images to be easy for your audience to share the outcomes of your research. Once you proceeded for the research methodology, it is much more advisable to put the heading 2 before you forget, and then make the heading numbering, subheading numbering. What about the next methodology. I'm just giving you brief, quick hints about how to make the structure paper, the heading, subheading. It can be completely changed as per your research needs and criteria you would like to integrate, etc. But I'm just giving you broadly. I'll be considering that I finished my analysis at the end of this page, so I'm going to insert another page break and put the ethical consideration, but however, it would be heading 1. So heading 1, I will be having the ethical consideration here. And one more before even there is the ethical consideration. I can have the research schedule and plan. You can insert some kind of table here. You can go to insert any table format from here. I can select any one, and I can even change the color, type of format, select whatever convenient to my research, etc. I can select this one. Once you are making a clear timetable about the milestone of your research, which task should be accomplished when, or you make your research scope with a specific deadline and timing about assessment of the appropriate risk. So it will be very helpful to do that into your research, especially once you are submitting this to a master degree or a PhD degree. So it's very, very recommended and demanded to put the research schedule and plan. And a couple more headings before finalizing this, so you can have some recommendation. I'll be also extending inserting another page break to scroll down to the next page. So I'm going to bring the numbering, number 7 here. And one last page break. It will be the conclusion. The conclusion piece of or section, sorry, conclusion section here. I don't really recommend to make the numbering for both conclusion and introduction. So I prefer, so if you make the numbering, it is also correct. But if you make both the introduction and conclusion sections without numbering, it is also very professional and concise into your paper. Once I finish here, the last thing I have to references. This also needs to be without numbering. Doesn't mean that if you put numbers, it is falsy or incorrect. So it is also correct to put numbers. But I prefer to exclude the numbering references, table of contents, table of appendices, and list of image, list of tables. So all this should be excluding from the numbering, and it looks very professional. As I was sharing last time, the first during the EndNote software references software or program. So I was saying that the references are sorted automatically without having any need for you to sort it. However, if you are not using some kind of software, you need to sort. All the students or all the researchers has to be the appropriate formatting, referencing using in my case study I was delivering to the University of East London. So they have to use the appropriate referencing style recommended from their academic program manager. And every references has to be sorted alphabetically. If you do have any quote, any in-text citation, it has to be also as per the referencing style in the body as much as you need into your paper. So each references, some people are inserting reference in-text citation and they are not inserting the references. Or they are doing the opposite. They are inserting the relevant, correct, appropriate references, but they are not inserting the in-text citation. So to avoid something we called it plagiarism. So it is recommended to insert the in-text citation, paraphrase the content of your any data, academic data that you are retrieving from any published previous scholar work, just to prove that this is not your own work, it is the work for any previous specific scholar. And you need to insert the relevant appropriate in-text citation immediately after paraphrasing the content of your information or data. And if you are adapting any information made by yourself, retrieved from any previous scholar or publication, you need to be mentioning as well your copyright, that it is adapted by yourself, retrieved or adapted from, and mentions the source, the date as per the relevant and specific referencing style you are using. You can also add a couple more or three more list of tables, and make the formatting as well, headings. Then I'm going to have another page break, list of image figures, and list of acronyms, and then I believe it is enough for today. But I'm going to refer, for example, if you are going to use here CSR, normally for the acronyms, it has to be defined into your paper, but it has to be defined opposite that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to start here. Firstly, corporate social responsibility, CRM, customer relationship management. MNCs, national corporations, and so on. So if I'm mentioning corporate social responsibility, for example, in my paper, so do never start by the acronym without defining corporate social responsibility in full. It's much better also to capitalize the definition for any acronym into your paper, because it is giving some sense of professionalism in academic style and very good publication as well. The same for customer relationship management, the same if you are mentioning multinational corporations or small and medium enterprises. I'm going to add as well small, medium enterprises, small, medium enterprises, sustainable development goals, sustainable development goals. So all these acronyms, for example, you are mentioning, so at the first time you are mentioning corporate social responsibility, just start by the corporate social responsibility and put between brackets CSR. After that, during the whole paper, it is enough to mention only CSR. Now, to reflect all these acronyms in one list, it is enough to start by the acronym, but it has to be also sorted alphabetically. So I'm going to select all, go to the home page, and select alphabetically here, sort from A to Z, and click OK. So it is sorted alphabetically now. It is changing as per the alphabetical order, and it looks very precise and concise. So all the time, do not put the acronym in the list of acronyms between brackets. However, if you place into your body or text, you have to do it between brackets and in capital. It's all capital, the acronym, it has to be all capital. In the list of acronyms, you put the acronym first and then the definition after. Make one backspace to look concise and precise and looks professional into your paper, and then make sorting alphabetically. If you are using the software for in referencing style, it as per the EndNote, so you don't need to sort anything alphabetically. However, if you are inserting the references manually for any reason into your paper, you need to select all the references and sort it alphabetically to be very concise and precise. By reaching this, actually, we have reached the end of today's session. So thank you so much for your attentive listening. I'll be looking forward to the next session, and I'll be preparing for some very interesting topic in the project management course. Thank you so much. See you next time.